was pretty choppy this morning and rough. So was that your experience in the swim?
Yeah, it wasn't super choppy out there. It was I don't know, the currents were just weird. I'm not sure. I mean, I didn't feel like we were swimming super fast, but I had no choice. You kind of start the swim out and then you're stuck in this group. And I'm not strong enough to swim around them and try to break away or anything, so I was kind of just stuck. The swim felt like the easiest swim I've ever done, and then it was slow. So I mean, I don't think it was a super hard swim or any harder than any other year. I think we just swam slow this year, my group that I normally swim with. Yeah.
Did you come out, were you thinking you were going to come out of the swim, or were you into T1?
Well, I felt like we were, because you're out there and you're thinking, maybe I'm just feeling amazing and I'm swimming fast, but I felt like I was swimming slow. I kind of like drifted out to try and see if the pace was on, and a couple of times I popped out and I'm like, okay, that's too hard. I'm going to go back in. So I was hopeful that maybe I was feeling good and we were swimming fast, but I kind of was prepared to hear a 6 or a 7 minute split. And just knowing that, athletes like Meredith and Jody and Amanda, I knew that those girls they were fit. I mean, I've been training with them all year and they're phenomenal in the pool, and I knew they were going to push the swim. So I kind of was ready or braced myself for those splits early on. But it's never good to hear 6 minutes off the start line. So yeah, I mean, I don't think it was harder conditions than it has been in the past. I think we just swam a bit slow.
And what's your mindset when you're in that chase mode on the bike? Are you pretty patient? Do you feel this sort of like nervous anticipation that, how am I going to reel them in? Or what's your state of mind?
It depends. Every year is different. Last year I was ridiculously motivated. I got out of the swim and I was with Heather Wertel, Maribeth Ellis, I think Anya Baranek, great cyclists. And I just was so motivated. I'm like, this is too slow. And I just went from basically once we got to the top of Polani. This year I was out of the water with some fast bikers too, but I was very patient. I don't know why, something just told me to just sit and wait. And so I kind of just let Heather and a couple of other girls pace the bike. I went to the front a couple of times, but they kind of came back around me pretty quickly. So something told me to be really patient. And honestly, I think ignorance was bliss, because we got no splits out there. I mean, it wasn't till, basically the end of the Queen K that I started to get some feedback, and the feedback wasn't fantastic. That the girls were riding away at a pretty rapid rate. But at that point I was kind of settled into a rhythm and felt that I was pushing as hard as I could without hurting my run.
So when you came off the bike and heard 14 minutes, what was your first thought?
14 minutes is never ideal. I kind of just hopped off the bike, started my run, and just wanted to settle into a rhythm and be patient and be smart. And just see how the girls up the front were running. I guess I don't like to, think it's the end of the world right away. I was a little concerned right off the bat. But I also had no idea how Daniela would run in the heat here in Hawaii, and after riding so fast. So I kind of just, set out off the run and took care of the little things, tried to be patient, tried to be calm, and splits were not coming back as fast as they usually do. I think I only put 220 or 240 into them by the 10-mile mark. So that meant there was still 10 minutes ahead and only 16 miles to run. So at that point, I kind of was just more focused on trying to get into the top 5. I kind of thought, okay, maybe this is not my day. Just do what I can to try and get up as close to the front as possible, at least salvage a top 5. Fortunately, the 3rd, 4th and 5th were together basically on the Queen K, so I kind of could see those girls and basically slipped from 6th to 3rd and within a mile or a mile and a half. And then I actually wasn't really too focused on trying to move up any further. I kind of thought, okay, I'll just keep running at this same pace. I feel like I'm in a good rhythm, and I'd looked after myself in the early part of the run, taking on fluids, taking my gels. I felt pretty strong, I guess, and that I could hold on to that pace. And it wasn't until I got into the energy lab that I saw the girls was starting to come back to me. So then they gave me a little bit of a sniff, which they shouldn't have done. And then, I mean, I just, my next effort was to try and catch Rachel. She was in my sights once I came out of the energy lab. And once they're in your sights, you can, switch it on. And I caught her a couple of miles later, and then Daniela was then in my sights. So I was surprised. Honestly, I thought third, okay, I'm done. Third's great, fantastic. That's a great day. But yeah, when I saw those girls starting to slow down and the splits coming back were getting lower and lower, I thought, okay, well, it's not over yet. And
so you weren't thinking new run course record when you were out there chasing?
No, not at all. I was just trying to be smart. This is a long, long day, and so many things can go wrong. You don't know how the other girls are feeling, how they're going to react, or how they're going to, respond to how you're running, or whether they've looked after themselves in the first half of the run. As I think it's super important to make sure you're taking on plenty of fluids in the first half so that you can hold it together in the second half. So just tried to be smart, just tried to take my 5 years of experience here and put it into practice, and honestly I'm more lucky than anything that they started to falter, because I don't know, I thought it was game over.
Yeah. So your third world title, what does that mean to you? Here.
I like the number 3. I said that leading into this race. I'm like, I think that 2-time world champion's pretty cool. A lot of people have been 2-time world champ. Not many people have been 3-time world champs. So, I'm absolutely stoked to be with my name's now with the likes of Natasha Badman, Paula, and Chrissy, and that's super cool.